Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
On the dump. Check right. Watch 55. Pick me up. Here we go.
On first down, Penn. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That good for 22 and a first down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down it goes. Grady Jarrett breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick 2nd and long. Now a give, right side. Penn. 9 yards on the pickup that time, so he got more than half of it back, but it's still a 3rd and 8.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd.
It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Let it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got this down to the 35. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 35. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time
pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tack McKinley make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Looking to throw. Love. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Give him 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Come on, set. 50. Plant. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Watch that.
From the gun, Love. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. From the gun, it's Ryan. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again, Ryan. This complete to Jones. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down. Looked like man coverage, able to read it there on the outside for the completion. That'll be something to track as the game goes along here.
It certainly will, and there's so many different ways that they will try to figure out whether they're in man or zone. Sometimes you'll run a guy in motion to see if someone runs with him. Other times you'll empty out the backfield, spread it out, and see if everyone comes out and matches up. In any event, anytime you see man coverage, you tell your guys you've got to win those matchups, because if you do, you'll get the football and probably for a nice game.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. To throw is Ryan. Caught by Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He's able to find Wallace. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one.
And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll try the left side. Penn. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level. And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. Back to throw. Love. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Throwing on first down. Love. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards into Chicago first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Penn. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that.
Touchdown, Chicago! A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before.
That's caught inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Brashad Perriman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Ready, go.
They'll run on first down. Penn. They'll have a first down past the 40. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. As his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
Recon, 132 fighter.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime.
Hey, Haywood.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Take 4, 64, weak. Box try. Let's go.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes, even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Love. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And it's fielded at the 34. Good blocking there, and nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Hey, ready, blue 80, like 25. Right 54. Wild.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check. Hey, express.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, How about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
On second down, Freeman. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And down inside. The 15, shy of the 10.
Let's go, fellas.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
Say 61, matchbox lights.
On second down now, it's Freeman, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll look to run with Freeman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a second and goal.
59, ready. 25, 51, jump.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Gets it off to Freeman. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Ryan. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
On second down, it's Freeman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Ryan gets it to his tight end, Hooper. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. On second down now, it's Freeman. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. Yeah, Freeman was trying to work his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions,
live
right?
conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple of yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
They'll keep it on the ground. Penn. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Back to throw. Love. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Grady Jarrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
It'll be a gain of 4. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Watch the 64, Tom.
Now it's Ryan. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And taken right at the 35. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the gain this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Off play action. Love. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
I got it. Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right.
On third down, Penn. He finds some open field here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Even. 4 down. Even.
Off the bootleg. Love. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And the Falcons grab it. He's at the 40. 20. 10. 5. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Check 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. Penn. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Set. 30 base. Let's go. Leo. Tight dog. Let's go.
To throw on 3rd down. Love. Wide open receiver complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A huge play there for Chicago. 48 yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Boy, the run on 1st down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
I got you. Shoot. Mike 55. Yeah. Set hot. Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. Penn. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down.
Mike's 59. Check the outs. Mike's 5'9. 65.
Operating from the gun. Love. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. On fourth down, Love. Finding Gabriel complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Wow, first and goal, and defensively, all they could do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Second and goal at the 3-yard line.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
They'll try to run this one in. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Looking to throw. Love to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On fourth down, Love. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A 5-yard touchdown as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Akeem Hicks in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here's Ryan. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Freeman. Oh, he's got a little daylight. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Rashad Perriman with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go!
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Alpha, come to my work. Mark 55, Mark 55.
All day, just like that.
Ready.
On 4th down, Love. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Lamb. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All day. Zoom, fellas, let's go.
59, Mike, 59.
Yes.
Double dog, that's the way. Mike, check.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Tack McKinley in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there. And that takes us from second to third down.
Get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Exit.
Mike Bud 9, Mike Bud 9.
Let's go, Sam. Go.
He's back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Incomplete. Results in a fourth down.
Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on fourth down? On fourth down, Love. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons are close to finishing off this football game. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Now Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, you know, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for Atlanta, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, it's loss number 3 for them on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.